Hello, my name is Mike Johnson. Take you on an inside and outside video tour of this 2015 Ford Explorer Police Interceptor. Now right now you see it has the black wheels with the chrome center caps. Those are not the original wheels that this came with. This came with different wheels, as you see here. So the wheels that this came with originally look like this. These are snap-on wheel covers from Ford. These will make it look really undercover and inconspicuous. So driving next to you, think it's just a regular Explorer. These wheel covers are included at no extra charge because these are what came with it. If you want the chrome center ones, let us know. We'll figure that into the equation. But they cost brand new from Ford about $60–70 a piece for those silvery ones. From a wrecking yard they're cheaper, like $25 each. But see what we can do in the equation. Anyways, these are the wheels that it comes with, like this. The wheel covers. And you may just like it just like that, so that your neighbors don't think. So as we continue to talk about this Ford Explorer Police Interceptor, this is a VIP version, top of the line. So unlike the black and white squad cars you see driving around, this one has cloth seats in the front and the back. It's got full carpet and floor mats. And it's got a center console, so it's like a police interceptor, but it's like the XLT version. It's not the utility version, it's the higher quality, better equipped. Now let's take a look at the window sticker and see what options it has. You can pause the video now or not, but the window sticker shows what the factory options are. I'm going to show you these as we go around. So this has a blind spot monitor system with rear cross traffic alert. Most of them don't. This one does. So there's little radar units mounted on the rear. When you're parked in a blind intersection like these little graphics show you, and vehicles are approaching from the left or right, or pedestrians, it gives you a beeping alarm to let you know some cross traffic interference when you're backing up. It also has the little parking sensors. You're probably very familiar with these little parking sensors. You see them on a lot of cars. It has that too. Those are two different systems. These little parking sensors only work out to about 2 or 3 feet away from the vehicle. The blind spot monitor system works up to about 100 feet from the vehicle. So if you're backing out of a driveway and you can't see approaching traffic and somebody's coming in at 40 miles an hour, it'll give you a warning if they're close, so that you don't get in an accident when you're backing up. In addition, it has the backup camera, color backup camera, which displays on the rear view mirror. Now, if you want a fancy navigation screen, Apple CarPlay, all of that kind of stuff, we can install it, but it costs about $1,000. Or you can do it yourself. You can go on the website for crutchfield.com and look at car stereos. If you don't like these police wheels and you want something fancy, you can go on the TireRack.com and look for alternate wheels and tires. And if you're financing, it might be possible to put some of those costs in the financing, possibly, depending on how much down payment you're planning to put or not. It is possible. We offer credit union direct financing. That means instead of coming here and applying and filling out an application, we're going to send you to the credit union to get pre-qualified. Your own credit union, or we have some very good ones that we recommend. You get credit union direct financing if you buy a vehicle from us and you need financing. Interest rates are as low as 3.99%. You can get one of those low interest rates when you buy the car by using credit union direct financing. And if you decide you like somebody else's car, you can take your loan somewhere else. That's possible too. It's non-exclusive financing. That's how it works. that's the best way to buy a car. So this is a always like this, never had stickers, never had graphics, never had lights all over it, never had holes in the roof. Let's take a look at the roof. This is like if you went down and you bought one of these brand new from Ford and kept it for a couple years and kept it really, really nice, parked it in a garage and kept it really clean, you might have something like this. This is closer to the XLT version, but it is a police Interceptor. It has a 3.7 liter, it has a 32 valve, high performance V6 engine, all-wheel drive, so it's a 4x4 basically. 4-wheel drive, so if you live in a place where there's a lot of snow and ice, you can drive much nicer in the snow and ice. With all that power that comes out of this engine, it's basically the Mustang V6, high performance V6. It's got a full-size spare tire in here, really good condition, maybe never even driven on, maybe it's brand new. No holes in the roof, no holes in the headliner, no holes in the sides. A lot of these, they drill holes to put lights in the back windows. They drill holes up here. They drill holes all over the place like Swiss cheese. This one doesn't have any of those holes that they usually put, which makes it extremely rare. It's very rare to find one without holes drilled for lights everywhere. This one doesn't have it. If you look at the tail lights and stuff, look at the headlights. We don't even have lights in the headlights or the tail lights. There's no extra wiring tampering in this one. It's pristine, and it's a VIP version, which is very, very rare. So as we talk about how rare this car is, this Police Explorer SUV, it has very low engine hours. It was probably the boss's car who sat in the police station all day, didn't go anywhere. We see some tinting around the front, so it may have had a red and blue light, just one mounted in the dash up here above the mirror, or they may have one on the visor that they, because there's some clip marks here that they flip the visor down. If they need the red light, they put the visor down and you see the red light on the visor. But they didn't install or drill holes anywhere. No searchlights. Now this has very low engine hours. So if I clear this out, the engine idle hours on this, so the mileage is 95,997 miles, so it's under 100,000 miles. The engine idle hours are 1,194 idle hours, but the total engine run hours is only 3,691. If you go look at other black and white squad cars, you often will see them with 20,000 hours, or lower hours would be like 16,000 hours. But we're less than 4,000 hours, so we're 1/5 of the number of hours that's most common on these Police Explorers. So you're like, well, how long is the engine gonna last? How long is the transmission gonna last? A lot of times it's not as much as of how many miles they drove it, it's how many hours those engines have been running. So you have potentially, it could last 5 times longer, maybe. That's not a guarantee, but it's a good bet that you'll have a lot more engine life left because of such low engine hours. If you compare it to aircraft like airplanes, helicopters, jumbo jets, they look at how many hours on the airframe, how many hours on the engines, and when they have a certain number of engines, they have to be overhauled. Those airplane engines are running at like full blast all the time. Same thing here. This is very low engine hours, where if a normal cop car, they get rid of it at 20,000 hours. This one, they only got rid of it at 3,600 hours. So it's your chance to cash in on all that remaining good use, and it's not all tore up. A lot of times when you see ex-cop cars, there's holes in the seats These are the original seat. It's not worn out. There's no holes in the floor mat. And now here's another thing. I said this is all carpet. So this is a carpeted floor, which is unusual. Usually the cop cars have a vinyl floor mat in there, but this one has carpet, and it's very clean. And the rear seat is cloth seat, which usually they'll have a vinyl floor mat or a plastic seat or no seat. And you have carpet in the rear because this wasn't the one they were hauling the bad guys in. This was the one that only the boss of the good guys rode in, basically. So, very rare find. It's not easy to find them like this. 1 in 1,000, maybe less than that. So I've had quite a few of these police interceptors. They're very good, very reliable. That's why the cops buy these. They also buy the Chargers for better gas mileage with V6s, but this is a high performance engine. If you go watch the police chases, you can see the Ford Explorers, how crazy they can drive on the freeways at high speeds. So the acceleration, let's see what it'll do. Very capable of accelerating up to speeds. Now, because this doesn't have lights and sirens and all those things and holes from all lights and sirens on it, it probably hasn't been in any chases. While all that goes on, this one was sitting at the police station. Probably the boss just drove it home at night so that if there's an emergency, they could respond in the middle of the night. Very powerful, and it's all-wheel drive, so even if it's in bad weather, snow, rain, ice, you can still get some traction without having to go out and put chains on. If you get chains on it in really bad weather, you get even more traction. But all-wheel drive. If I stop here for a second, I put it in reverse. The backup camera is on the sun here, on the mirror here. Again, we can change this whole radio and air conditioning unit with an Apple CarPlay and navigation head unit. Or you can do it yourself. If you go to crutchfield.com, you can shop prices. If you want us to do it, it's going to be $1,000 for us to do it for you. You could probably have a stereo shop do it in your own area later on if you want to do it. Let me know. So taking a little test drive in the Ford Explorer Police Interceptor with 95,000 miles and only 3,691 engine total hours. It's a very nice vehicle. It can go really fast or really mellow. It can do these crazy U-turns, but it drives nice and smooth. We're just cruising along with the traffic. Again, it has a blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert. So if you're driving along on the freeway and there's a vehicle in your blind spot, the little LEDs in the mirrors light up on either side. So if you turn the turn signal on and there's a vehicle in your blind spot, those little LEDs will flash so you don't get in an accident on the freeway. And it also works in parking spaces. Blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert. So go to my website, see if this is still available. The website is mybestcar.com. If you want to see my YouTube video channel, I have a channel on YouTube. Go to your big screen TV in your living room and search YouTube for My Best Car, On YouTube, it's the same, just no dot when you search on YouTube, and you'll find our channel on YouTube. But if you're going to pay for the vehicle, your check is going to be to the company name. The company name is A Buyer's Choice. Pay to the order of A Buyer's Choice. And if you have questions, my name is Mike Johnson. Give me a call, 951-681-2101. I accept calls between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. California time. Thank you for watching.